Hi everyone, I hope you're well. So right now we're gonna move through a maze and we need to imagine that we're a robot. Most of the time we need to imagine that we're a robot. I would advise you guys to just go read through all of these theory notes, and this would be important to know what the different definitions are, otherwise we are going to struggle to understand what they want from us. So they say imagine you are a robot following instructions to get through a maze. Look at this maze. You need to start in the green box with start written in it. Each colored box is one space. So one space, one space, one space. You can only move on the colored boxes. So we can't move straight through that. We need to use this maze to get to our end. And you can move right, left, up, or down. So up, right, down, left, up, left, down, right. Okay, so you would see this over here as a little hint on how we're going to answer the next few questions. They say write a sequence to move from start to the red box that says end. Okay, so we're going to start here and we need to get to the end. And then you see they boldened this word here, sequence, and let's say we didn't know what a sequence was. So they have the keyword here, which helps us a lot. So a set of steps or actions that happen in the order that they are written. Think of it as a recipe for making cake, baking cake. So if you would first put the flour in the oven without mixing in any eggs or milk, then you're not following all of your instructions in a sequence. So a sequence, the keyword is sequence. If I were to follow this, let's say I made this one first, and then this one I made second, and I made this one the third, I would not get to my destination of the door. So if I were turned facing the door, so I would change with my chair, I never stood up, there's no way for me to walk 2 steps or walk 4 steps in my chair. So the robot wouldn't be able to understand what to do because it said walk, and currently it's sitting. So you need to tell it stand up. So the computer, the computer is actually very stupid. A computer just does calculations and it does exactly what it is told, but it cannot think for itself. You can teach it to learn for itself, but that's a different topic under artificial intelligence. But a computer can only do what you tell it to do. And the same thing for a robot. They can't think for themselves. So we need to keep that in mind when we're making sequences and instructions and coding in Scratch. So we're going to write a sequence. You can only use the commands right, left, up, down, and the number of steps to move. For example, right 4 will move you 4 spaces to the right. So if I say right 4, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how they want you to write that out. So you will just open Microsoft Word and you will say activity 2.1, and I'm just going to bolden it so it stands out, and now I'm just going to answer it. So the first step, I would advise that you write them in a numbered order. So I'm not going to bolden it. I'm just going to say this. Oh, take the bold away. Okay, step 1. So a sequence has to be in a specific order. So for us to make it a bit easier, we can just put them in numbers so that we know this is the first step and this goes on to however many steps we have. So you can pause the video and write your own instructions. The first step they actually have done for us, so we're going to say write 4. And you don't even have to take this path going up here. You can even say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be write 8. So that puts us in this position over here. Then we need to say up 1. Up 1. Okay, so we say up 1, so it goes there. Then we say right 1, so that takes us to the yellow. And then we say up 1, and then to the right again. So I am just going to follow your instructions that you wrote on your activity. So for now, that is how you would answer that activity 2.1. So try your best to get that, and if I follow your steps there, then we'll see if I can get there. Next thing is there are 3 yellow squares on the maze. Change the sequences so that you visit all yellow boxes, then go to the end box. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of instructions getting you there, so you need to visit all of these. You can decide in which order you want to do it. You can start with this one, go there, go down, go back. You can do that. And yeah, I will follow all of your instructions to see if you can get to the end, passing all of the yellow squares. And you will answer this in the exact same way. So you're going to say activity 2.2, and now you just start by saying all of your instructions. Okay, so next is activity 2.3. Draw your own maze. You can do this on paper or on a computer. Ask a friend to find their way through your maze. Ask them to write a sequence to get from the start to end. So I would just like you to draw your own maze. My suggestion would actually be that I'm just gonna make this bigger. My suggestion is this: so draw one single square or rectangle, you can decide. I'm going to draw a square, and all you do now is you just select the selection tool in Paint. All of your computers should have Paint on it. Select the box, press Control, or you can say copy, but I'm going to press Control, and then I'm going to press Control V, or you can press paste. You can choose which one you want to use. And now just put the blocks next to each other and you can create your own maze. And if you know that you want a long maze, then select, I'm just going to paste this one there. If you know that you want a long maze, then select all 3. You can select 4, you can select 5, and you can just say how this will look like over here. So you can see that I'm just creating a quick little maze here. And now I want to have a single block. I'm just going to paste the 3 here if I would like to use that again. So I'm going to select this one again. Copy. Okay, now I would like to go up, just one up. And then I would like to have 3 again. So with a maze, so there are mazes in the real world, but yeah, you can read through that. But the thing about a maze is you don't just want one way to find the end. You actually want to have different paths that the person can get. Sometimes you even want a path like this where the person is just stuck, so they might have chosen the wrong side of the maze right there. So you do want to have multiple ways of getting to the end, or just trapping your maze runner. There we go. Let's say I wanted to make all of this, so I just like to have a long one here. I hope it's clear on how it's easier just to use copy and paste in Paint. And let's say we let the people walk into a dead end when they go this side. So for us it's easy to see what would be the best way to get to the end of the maze. Let's say the end of the maze is over here. And all you do now, you can just make a green start and then a red end. So then this would be our maze, and you can just press the text tool, just make sure it's black, and then just say start, and here we can say end. Okay, so we need to get the person through all of this, and how you would save this is you just say select, this is my maze, and I've selected this. I'm going to press copy again, and now in my Word document for activity 2, sorry, just going to copy this part, activity 2.3, I just paste in my maze in there, and now I can just put in a sequence 1, let's say right 3. Sorry, it's very cold, so my fingers are struggling to type. Down 1. Let's say I go right 1. No, not right. Not right 1, right 3. And then up 1. So you just put in the answer to how to get to the end of the maze, if there's only one way to get it. But if you have more than one way, you only have to type in one set of instructions to get you to the end, and that's all you have to do for this activity. So it's pretty straightforward. You can design your own one, and yeah, I hope the video helps to explain how they want you to answer this. Enjoy the rest of your day.